I didn't plan on making Puyo Puyo Tetris to be my first Nintendo Switch game review, but here we are. I'm just a sucker for Sega game in general, and if you're familiar with my channel, you know how many Sega content I have overall. So, is Puyo Puyo Tetris worth getting for $30? Let's find out. I'm sure that everybody is familiar with Tetris, and most may not be familiar with the name Puyo Puyo, but you may have played it back then when it was called Kirby Avalanche or Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Both games are simple to play. With Tetris, you clear solid lines, while with Puyo Puyo, you match 4 or more of the same color. The more combos you pull off, the more damage you deal to your opponent. Get your opponent's screen filled up, and you'll win the match. This game has a variety of modes to keep you entertained. You have your basic versus match, where 2 or more players pick the puzzle game. You have my favorite mode, Salt Mode, where you switch back and forth from the 2 puzzle games. Fusion Mode, where you combine both games, pretty much. It takes some time to get used to, but it's actually pretty fun once you get used to it. And my least favorite is Fever Mode. It's too simple for my taste, and it seems like the Tetris part has an unfair advantage because it's easier to win. They also have a story mode where it's crazy, cartoony, and funny at times. It's really a show that you need to turn your brain off to truly enjoy it. There's also some weird part in this game. Some of which you question whether this game should be eaten or not. But it is funny and entertaining, so I think for, single player content, at least should be entertained despite, it's being very short. And that's pretty much all that there is with Puyo Puyo Tetris. There's also an online mode that you can play against other people all around the world. And for the few times that I connected on there, I was able to find different people to play a variety of modes with. So it does offer at least a few more hours of gameplay, well, depending on how invested you are in the title itself. If you're a fan of either Tetris or Puyo Puyo from past experience, then you're definitely going to enjoy this game. But the only question I have left is, does Puyo Puyo Tetris risk getting with the $30 price tag? Well, assuming that you're going to download it. A physical copy costs $40. Usually comes with 2 keychains. But I went with the cheaper option, mainly because I want this game with me. As I mentioned before, I got the Nintendo Switch version, and I love to play this game a lot on the road. And since you can share the Joy-Con with another person, you can play against other people very easily. I'm not sure if there's a mobile phone version of this. Maybe one of Tetris and possibly of Puyo Puyo, but again, I'm not entirely sure. But if there is, maybe you'd be better off getting one of those games. But if you want to get Puyo Puyo Tetris in general, I will recommend the Switch version, mainly because of the handheld capabilities. But if you're not into puzzle games like I am, I would at least recommend getting the game until, the price is lower, maybe around $10. It is a really fun game, and I would recommend at least trying it out whenever you can. This is me, Bobbert, and I catch you guys later.